and I definitely know Shakti is here. Shakti, hi, how are you doing?
Yes, sir, I'm fine. I doing good.
Okay. Okay, fantastic, very good. So we got Rashmi as well. So some company for you, Shakti.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
Sir, I'm
Otherwise,
also there. Manju, sir.
who's there? Manju.
Yes.
You are also here. Yesterday I called Manju. There was no response. Today you are
Yes,
on.
sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
No issues. It's okay. See, these are the things, will build confidence. See, one we can do is like we can sit quiet, oh, number pair varliya, it's not me and all. But sometimes, when we do tasks, we get confidence, we learn as well. And so that is precisely what happens. And great, you both have been Shakti and you both have been
Okay.
English participants. That is good. Fantastic, Manju. Good to hear your voice. And who else is there? Okay, great. So it'll ease off the pressure. I'm not going to ask many of the things today, so it's not going to be an interactive one. But the previous classes, you saw there were a lot of Q&A kind of thing, no? And so those days, no, it's very, it'll be very good because only the Shakti was the lone ranger. Because otherwise it will not be interactive. And but today it's not an interactive one, more of an information or a knowledge which I'm going to share, and so which is what we will do. So good to have you all three, and fabulous. So let's begin. And somewhere down the line, if we can pull in more participants as well, and it will be great. And so that will help us, and they will also learn. So so that is our endeavor always. Okay. So let's begin from where we left yesterday. So. So if you see, we have been covering pronouns now, right? Specifically, we have been talking about pronouns. So if we can go to a couple of slides behind. So these are all pronouns. So these are some of the types, right? Examples, not types, examples. And so we covered this part as well. And so why it is used, and right, otherwise it will be a repetition. We don't want that to happen and stuff like that, right? So that is one. Second is like various, and they can be more permutation and combination as well. So this is a glimpse of all the pronouns, right? So, and we use in place of noun. Okay, now I had some examples as well which I went through day before yesterday in a jiffy. Right, so these are the things. So instead of saying the name again and again, we can use. So this was pretty easy, right? So that we did. Then came this particular stuff, right? So which was like a Q&A kind of a thing where I involved Shakti, even in nouns as well, right? So instead of the name here, we can use they. Instead of Sarah, we can use she. Instead of John, we can use he. Instead of my mom, we can use she and stuff like that. My parents' wedding, their wedding anniversary. The cat drank, right? I was telling Shakti also yesterday. If the cat, it's a male or a female, you can say he as well, right? Or she as well, but we don't know. So it drank. Okay. So now, so this was an interesting task as well. So we substituted pronouns with nouns with pronouns, and also what we did also common and proper noun. So that is very important. So I'll come to that in a while. So we identified what are the common nouns, underlined ones are the common nouns, and what would come in the blank, right? So is and stuff like that. All these are pronouns which we are using. So that was a very interesting task. Srilekha was also here, so we did that yesterday. So this is all getting recorded. One thing I'm very happy, and so it is there as an archive with DC Live. And typical grammar, and somebody, maybe we can think we can put it upload into a portal as well. So what will happen, somebody wants to access this information for learning, they can do that as well. Okay, so I keep saying one important thing. The important thing is like grammar is important, right? Grammar is important, and grammar is important because when you speak, you can be grammatically right. And when you write, definitely you have to be grammatically right as well, right? So, but after having said that, grammar should not hold anyone from not speaking or exploring, right? So that is very important. So the important part is like, even if those who are in the beginning stage, right? If you are grammatically here and there, don't worry about that. So that is one thing which we should keep in mind. And not all the things which we are doing in this session is going to be very, very important, right? When you write and speak, right? When we did nouns, we did various types of nouns. So abstract noun, so we talked about that. So abstract noun is not important when you speak and write. Even if you don't know, that's fine, right? And but what is important is like you should know proper noun and common noun, because you need to capitalize that. So even in detouch, no, I don't get deep. First, we don't have time, so we don't take a deep dive into getting into what do you call the stuffs which is not going to be very important when you speak and write, right? So that is what it is. But this sessions, so we are going in length, and so which is very, very important. Similarly, like pronouns, right? So instead of saying this name again and again, so you can use these things. So that will make your writing and speaking elegant, and it also be good to listen and read as well, right? So that is what it is. So now we are going in the details of pronouns and its kind. Okay, there are plenty of pronouns. There are 10. Some will say 7. Some will say 8. So it keeps changing, right? So at the end of the day, as I said, this is good to know information. Because since we are doing in length, so it's good to know information, and we should know about this. Okay, so the very first thing is like pronouns, types, definition, and examples. So I couldn't remove this, right? Because somehow it got stuck, so I'll have it removed. So this is from that particular site. Okay, so the point is like, see, these are 10 types, right? These are the 10 types. So I have one more slide as well, which will talk about all the 10 slides. I hope it is here somewhere, right? So I'll show it tomorrow. Okay, so these are the 10 stuffs. So personal pronouns, right? So it's giving you a clue. It is named very, very, what do you call, intelligently, I would say, with a lot of common sense. So personal meaning something personal, like you, me, I, he, she, and all. Interrogative, where you are asking, right? Interrogation, like when the thief is caught, you take the culprit into the station and then integrate, right? So integrative, interrogative pronouns. Indefinite, so there is no time, right? So we don't know, right? Relative, so this is where you are comparing, right? Relatively, right? Like Bangalore is relatively cooler than Chennai. Not always, but sometimes. Possessive, right? Mine, her, and so there's a kind of a position. Reflexive, where you're reflecting some sort of thought or maybe idea, stuff like that. Intensive, right? So something intense. Demonstrative, where you are showing and stuff like that. Reciprocal, right? We know, no, I smiled, she smiled, and stuff like that. Distributed. So we will look at this in length. I have what do you call a detailed definition for each of them, but the point is like so in this 15 minutes maybe we can do that. So we can do one more session on pronouns, so I can cover that. But this will, I hope it will cover most of that. Okay, so pronouns, personal pronouns. As I said, so anything personal used to replace specific nouns for people or things, which we did. Like Shakti, I have been doing this thing. So we were replacing the name with he, or maybe parents with their wedding anniversary, or maybe horse and carriage is waiting, right? So those kind of a thing we have already used. But horse and carriage is not a personal one. These are the personal one. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. So these are all personal. Very, very clear. Very simple, right? So that is what it is. Possessive, right? As I said as well, this is my car. This is my pen. This is my desk, right? So it is like a not in a wrong way, but it is a possessive one, right? My dad. Right, of course, you will say your dad or your mom, your my mom, right? So indicate ownership without the need for a noun, right? We don't need a noun. So if you say mine, that's enough, right? So mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. As I said, they can be more combination, more permutation as well, right? Could be more, but as long as we can understand these are the things which is there, which is possessive, very simple. Okay, let's go to the next one, reflexive, right? So used when subject and object are the same, right? When subject and object, who's subject? So okay, let's throw a question. So let's ask. Let's start with Rashmi. Rashmi, I'm asking a question. So you have to tell me who's the subject here. Clear? She's there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm in the full screen. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So okay, fine, fantastic. Okay. So Rashmi is working at office now. So who is the subject here?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking.
Hello.
My voice is breaking. Shakti, you can hear me clearly or what?
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Clear. Rashmi,
Yes.
maybe at your end, but I'll say again. Shall I say again? I think Rashmi we have lost.
Okay.
Now it's fine. No, I think.
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay, right. Maybe there's a delay. I don't know. Okay, fine. So let me repeat. Rashmi is working at the office today, right? So who's the subject? I think Rashmi has some issues. Okay, so so I'll go to Manju. Manju, the same question. Who's the subject here?
I think Rashmi, sir.
Rashmi, yeah, Rashmi, right? Very good, Manju. So, for example, if Manju is cooking now, so the subject is cooking. Who's the subject, right? So that is what it is. So the object could be the action, what is happening, right? It could be work at office or it could be cooking. So that is precisely what it is. So reflexive noun. So well done. So I hope Rashmi's stuff gets better. Okay, great. So used when subject and object are the same. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourself. So Manju cooks herself every day. So the object and the subject are same. Rashmi goes to office every day. So why she goes to work? So the Rashmi goes to office every day. So to work. So subject and the object both are same, right? So Shakti does RJ every day, right? So RJ itself is like meaning doing programs and all. So this is what it is. So all these words I said now, it is reflexive. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is demonstrative, right? Demonstrative. So what is demonstrative? Where you're trying to demonstrate something. This is the place where I go and play every day, right? So that is where that is the stuff which I bought last time. Okay, so these are the stuffs. No issues, Rashmi. I understand, and it is good. Actually, it's raining everywhere in Chennai as well. Both Shakti, Manju, and myself, we are in Chennai. So other day when we were driving back, it was heavy rain, right? So yesterday also it rained. So no worries, Rashmi. I could understand that. So I think we have come to an end of almost this session. I'll do one half. We will do the other half because we'll stick with the guideline of time, right? We can keep it short and crisp, and that way it would be good. Okay, so demonstrative. These, right? Those and all. Right? I'll have a lot of examples and stuff like that, which I'll give you. At this point of time, let's understand this is demonstrative. Okay, interrogative, right? As I said, interrogation which happens used to ask questions when you ask your kid, right? The tuition got over by 6. Where were you till 6:30? Right? So where could be? It's not mentioned here. Could be, right? with whom were you playing, right? Whose pencil is this, right? So what, which, and all. So anything which starts with questioning is like interrogation. Okay, so as I said, these darks can definitely be more, right? So it is simple ones. It could be more than this as well. So this is what it is. So this is not the entire gamut of all the what do you call maybe interrogative nouns or demonstrative. It could be more as well. So we'll stop with this today, since it's a time now. So what we did is like we did today. These are the 10. As I said, if you go to some sites, it will say 8 and 7, that, this, and everything. Even dictionary, some has saying more and stuff like that. And but as long as we understand it's more, it is 10, right? And as I said, since we are taking a deep dive into grammar, we will do this. And another very important thing is like, so we did the 5 ones, which is very simple because so these are the ones. Personal, very, very simple because it's something to do with person, possessive, reflexive, right? Object and subject same, demonstrative, where we are trying to demonstrate something, interrogative. So these are the other 5 half. We will do it later. So these are all good to know information. Very good to know information. I really don't see you having to use this while speaking or writing, right? So similarly in all the language. So if you take Hindi, Kannada as well. So now there are a lot of things which we do in grammar, but we really don't use when we speak and write, right? When you're only studying and stuff like that, then maybe if it's a Q&A or question where the school asks in a test, you might use it. So all I'm saying is that these are all very good to know information, and so I don't see any direct implication while you write, right, where you speak, but this is very important. Okay, so with this we come to an end, and so Shakti, it was a bit relaxing today, isn't it? I was not coming to you every now and then. Is it?
Yes, sir. Not like that.
Not like that. Shakti will always be there whenever you ask. Fantastic, Shakti. Manju, well done, and good. See, keep coming. That is what I would say. See, you two RJs, or maybe a part of DC Live, these kind of shows as well. If you keep participating, you can keep better. Maybe in future, I can give you something to do as well. So this is how we develop. You would have seen Rashmi has left now, but her skills as far as speaking and all has really notched up because she has taken ownership and responsibility and want to take the intent is there to do that, and then it all happens. And you will have butterflies in your tummy, but that's only initial. Otherwise, it may not happen. So great, both Shakti and Manju. And so I think Shakti, we every day exceed our time, no?
Yes.
Right. It is 2:19. So great. So I'll send some quiz questions as well. It will be based on this. So thank you very much, everybody. So it comes to an end of this particular week. So we'll meet again on Monday, and we will come and do the other half of 5, and then we will have some more explanatory, and also I'll have as a form of quiz itself here in the session. So it will be interesting where I can involve all you 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.